Today I'm going to be cooking for one person fish with parsley sauce and a layered vegetable stack. I've got 2 crusts here from a seeded batch loaf, wonderful for making breadcrumbs with. You don't need to waste bread crusts at all, because breadcrumbs are very useful to use in recipes, and what you can do is freeze them and just take out as many as you want and leave the rest in the freezer. So if I have any decent crusts of bread, this is what I do with them. So just take a stick blender and put the ball in a bag to stop the crumbs flying all over the place, and just chop away. So now to prepare the fish, I'm going to pop this in the oven. The oven's set at 180, which is gas for 350 Fahrenheit. So this is pouting. This is the sort of what I call a weekday fish because it's fairly cheap. And I've picked all the bones out, which are down this line here. Not many, just at the top end you get a few bones. So I've washed it and dried it on kitchen paper, so I'm now going to skin it. So you need a sharp knife. Start at the thin end, hold it down with your fingernails and just use a sawing action like that, right next to the skin, and the flesh comes off. If you want, you can ask your fishmonger to do this for you, but I bought this fish in a pack, so the fishmonger wasn't available. So that's the fish skinned. Just wash my hands now. Take the fish and I put the top in first, turn it over, and the melted butter, so that it coats on both sides. And then sprinkle over the breadcrumbs just to lightly coat the fish. So I'm going to pop that in the oven now for about 15 minutes. Because today I'm doing fish and it's a meal just for me, for one person, I'm going to do a vegetable stack, which I'm going to cook in the microwave. So I've got a piece of herb butter in there. I've done a video on herb butter before. I always keep some in the freezer, because it's just handy to have it then. I can just slice off what I want, put the rest back in the freezer. Now these are green beans. I bought a big bag of frozen green beans this week, and I'm snipping them finely, and then I'm going to season them with salt and pepper. Then I'm going to grate the carrot on top and the 2 potatoes with a disc of butter in between. That's called a vegetable stack. And what I do then, I cook that in the microwave for 5 minutes while my fish is in the oven cooking. So it's just easy peasy and cheap as chips and very quick. So that's the carrot, a little bit of salt, pepper, another piece of butter. Now I'm going to grate the potato on top of the carrot. These are new potatoes that I've just wash them and taken any black bits out. Right, the potatoes are in now. That took 3 potatoes, not 2. So a little salt, pepper, last knob of butter. We'll put this back in the freezer now for another day. So the way I keep that pressed down is I pop a saucer on top. Now that's ready to go in the microwave. As you can see, it's quite colourful. While the fish is cooking in the oven, that will go in the microwave for 5 minutes. While the fish is in the oven, I'm going to make a little bit of parsley sauce. Put in there a teaspoonful of butter. Let that melt. To put in a teaspoonful of plain flour. It's about the same amount as butter. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. I'll whisk to whisk these together. Once it's combined, it needs to sizzle for about 30 seconds at least to cook the flour. Now I've got my milk at the ready, and while that's sizzling, I'm going to chop up the parsley. This is the parsley that came with the fish. You trim the leaves off the stalks. Don't use the stalks because they have a different flavour. Just the leaves. Now you can see the sauce is sizzling. So I'm going to add in some milk now. Remember, this is just for me, so I only want a little bit of sauce. Keep whisking and then there won't be any lumps in it. That's boiled and thickened, but it's a little bit too thick, so I'm going to add a little bit more milk in. So pop in the parsley. I just found that one very useful. It gets right into the edges of the pan. So I'm going to cook the vegetables now, and then the fish should be ready. Right, the fish is cooked now. I'm going to serve it up. These are the stacked potatoes and veg. Let's see if I can get them out without making a mess. Not too bad. And I'm going to serve that with the parsley sauce. Some fresh veg, fresh parsley sauce. Fresh fish. Can't wait to eat this because I am very, very hungry. So all this has cost, I would say, less than £1.50 at least. So bon appetit.